Hello and welcome to another Gemini Rogues video. This is the French destroyer premium ship. It's called the La Terrible. Is it terrible? Kills A5.
No, I quite like it. it's quite a nice ship to play, to be honest. It is.
Okay.
I think it might be one of the higher skill ceiling, because we're going to come to like why. Because it doesn't play like your normal destroyer, and we're going to explain why.
Does it fit your skill ceiling?
No, it's far above and beyond. But I've tried my best. We're going to see. You can see straight away she's quite big.
Yeah,
for a destroyer, it's quite big. I think in historical wise, it was reclassified as a light cruiser later in its life after it had been modernised. So that's how.
Okay. Tell us what you went for.
I always go with aiming system, so you can see that it gives us main battery 7% dispersion, torpedo speed 20%, which is always handy. Tubes traverse, but if you wanted to, you could switch to the main battery. But they are quite handy on this. I won't dismiss the.
That's
the
traverse speed. Are they slow? You notice?
No, never really noticed. Never had any issue with it.
Issue?
Yeah, but always go with propulsion, and you're going to know why when we start playing it, why propulsion is quite important on this, which is not normally what you go for, really, on a destroyer. It's not really that important, but
really?
It is on this.
I always go propulsion on destroyers. Yeah, because when you accidentally steer into an island, you can reverse up.
Right. I like the old steering, mostly. I normally go with the steering, where you can see the rudder shift time.
Oh, yeah,
which wouldn't be a bad option either for the Terrible.
Yeah.
This is a fast ship, one of the fastest, if not the fastest, on the game.
I think it is.
It is highly mobile.
Oh, I would go concealment.
I want concealment, and it's important because you cannot take smoke with you on the Le Terrible as a destroyer. You've got no defensive system to rely upon other than speed.
Yeah.
So if you can add concealment in there,
20% spotting. Why don't you go that?
I'd rather be concealed, and you'll see why it works for me. The way I play it. Rudder shift time, it's not too bad if you want to put that on, because that is your main defence, to be fair. You can't throw a speed, you just need to shimmy about, basically try and dodge shots. You have got a fair few hit points to play with, so that's always an option. AT shells are pretty good on it as well. Don't really bother with the AP. Not something I've really fired. We'll come back to torpedoes, we'll go for everything else and we'll look at them torpedoes.
Are you going to put any boosters on this?
No, just run it naked.
You don't bother?
No. So you see the engine boost at an extra 8%, and that's where you get your speed from the top speed. Get it up over 50 kilometers. You know, with the other boosts and on commander perks and stuff like that, you can get it well over 50.
What command did you put in this? Is it
I haven't got a destroyer crew for the French at the moment.
I don't either. I reckon you might get extra consumables if you could tweak your commander. I'm just guessing.
Yeah. Because it will repeat 40-second reload time.
That's quite good.
Which is pretty decent as well. And there's the camo X4.5. It's a premium ship, so it's.
Where's your beta tester flag? You ain't got a beta tester flag.
I'm not allowed one. We'll come back to them torpedoes. Damage on the torpedoes. 18,400 and 67 knots as well.
I think that 400 would make a difference, to be fair.
Definitely. 77-second reload. So, this thing's pretty potent when it comes to torpedoing. It just lacks the smoke to be able to fully utilise them, if that makes sense.
No, I understand.
Survivability, you can see it's got quite a substantial amount of hit points, but you do rely on 18,600 hit points.
16 mil.
It's got no armour.
No.
We're not bothered about armour, it's all about speed.
I don't know why they bother putting that on there. They should just put armour.
The main battery, these are quite good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you dismiss your guns on a destroyer.
No, I don't.
They are quite potent on this. They do a fair bit of damage, and they're quite quick firing. Only trouble you get with them is you kind of have to broadside a lot. You know, when you're knife fighting with another destroyer, you sometimes have to get proper full side bore on to get all four guns firing.
I know, but you're going to beat Japanese.
Torpedoes, you can see the distance is not the best. It's average at best, 8 kilometres.
Yeah, that is
Speed's pretty good, but the damage is fantastic. 18,000 a torpedo.
Yeah.
Quite substantial.
Yeah.
Manoeuvrability, it has to be high. That's coming up next. It's got to be. There's no other way around it. It's its only defence. With no smoke, you've got to really pick what fight you want to take on with this thing.
I think these stats will adjust quite nicely with commander tweaking.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's only at 43 knots now, but I'm sure you can get that weighting substantially higher. Just when you've got your engine boost running, as well as commander perks as well. Detectability is quite high, concealment 95, 6 kilometres range by sea, and you really need to work that 6 to 8 with your torpedoes to try and stay out of spot range. I like this
because you're playing it very standard.
Yeah.
No your tweakage.
Yeah.
Well, what's this? Above average maximum movement speed. Yeah, we know that. It's fast. Big guns. This ship is armed with high caliber main. That's good. No smoke.
Yeah. And you can see there, the last bit at the bottom, during sea trials, she gained a speed not yet surpassed by any other destroyer built since. So this thing is fast. That's why it is the fastest ship on the game, because there's not really going to be anything quicker.
Do you get top speed because you're going downhill now?
Yeah, we're at top of the map. So when you start at top, you go way quicker. So you can see that the torpedo range we've got, we're just going to chances arm here now, see if we can get some cheeky
I like
ones
this
off.
technique. How did you learn this?
I don't know. I learned it myself.
Self-taught. Yeah, right, whatever.
So what you have to do is, I found the best way of using this ship to its ultimate is you've got to use your teammates. It sounds a bit wrong, but you've got to stick with another destroyer, use this smoke screen if possible, because you haven't got one yourself, and just use the other team as a distraction, because you've got to get in there and then you've got to get away, and you've got no smoke to help you.
Yeah.
And that's not an easy trait for a destroyer, but this map suits it, the North map, I think
it does actually.
Because there's a lot of islands. There's ones where you can just sneak in.
It's not bad for islands.
Come at somebody when they're not expecting you to show up. It's a superb ambush destroyer, and it relies on them torpedoes doing 80,000 and hitting all of them that you got off, so you're not spotted again once you've killed them.
Won't someone be expecting you to come at them, because that's what they're expecting, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not always like it's not always that easy, is it?
No.
You just pop out from around the side and get some torpedoes, and it just doesn't work that way, does it? So we've got a destroyer here in front who's tagged onto him, so we're going to try and use him as his eyes as well as his smoke screen that he could deploy at any moment.
I like the angle of the tubage.
Yeah,
that tubage is nicely angled. Is there one in the middle that goes both ways?
Yeah, I think
both. Like, isn't it? There's 3 tubes, or is there more than 3?
You normally get 3 lots off.
Okay,
so you normally get 2 off one side and 1 off the other, which is...
Yeah, so there's 3 lots.
He's handy when we'll see it in play as we come later on, where you come at him from one side, get some off, then twist around and fire off your...
I'm a bit disappointed that there's only 3. It only fires 3.
Well, you can see there's that limited range, only 8 kilometres.
Yeah.
I mean, you say it's detectable by 6, so you've got a 2 kilometre window to try and work in, which is not always the easiest. You try and find yourself shooting at ships coming into the torpedo, and you're hoping that they get in range by the time torpedoes reach them.
But you got to remember, you're playing this with your kind of basic commander.
Yeah,
so once that's upgraded, and you use traits of other commanders, you are going to get better concealment.
I mean, I would hate to be in the position this Leon's in now, if I was in the Leon, where this destroyer is hunting me down. I'm completely isolated on my own, and I've got no backup, because if this thing gets around you, what damage torpedoes are going to do.
You've not been spotted though, have you?
No,
so he's cruising along leisurely, thinking he's okay, because he's almost with his teammates. There could be other people around there, we don't know.
He captured base as well.
Oh, someone just shot at him. Did you see that? Missed him.
So I'm just worried, because it's carrying on. There's a cruiser off to me right hand side.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work this detectable range. I know it's not really close, but I don't know where the rest of the team are at this point. The Reds, that is. So
are you using your map?
Yeah, I'm just having a quick poke around and thinking. I'm toying which way round to go at this point. So I'm thinking, is he going to spin it round? Is he going to be coming out the other side, or is he still going to be facing? He's going to poke back round that side. I need to get round there and get my torps quick.
I would have stopped round the back of the island. I want to carry on.
So we're just gambling now. Speed boost activated.
Yeah.
Let's see what speed we can get clocks up to now. So you can see now we're firing up now. We're up to.
So you're going to let them go at 20? No, you've gone past.
No, we're still.
What are you? You're at 25.
Yeah.
Are you going to let him go at 20?
No, I'm going to keep getting in there. I want it close. I do not want him to dodge it. I need him dead. And he's let off that volley, which is like, sweet. Yeah. Don't worry about his main armaments now. I'm going to get hit by his secondaries, I know. But as well as that, we're spotting him as well. So we're getting some assistance from that as well.
You're going to go in.
I'm getting in close.
Within 10?
Close. I'm going to use. I've got a lot of hit points, and I'm going to use them to my fullest. So, I mean, we get 1 volley off there, and we don't need 2. You're going to see the damage these torpedoes can wreak now. So 1 lot's in. And look at this. Bosh, bosh. Wow.
That's good.
That is 36,000. I've wasted torpedoes.
So now we know that the torpedoes are quite handy.
Yeah.
Do you just 1 volley at a time, or do you go spreadage?
No, I still spreadage. I think later on, you see that Queen Elizabeth is off to the side.
Cheeky Elizabeth.
He's running away, so it's never handy to try and chase him down and get the torpedoes reaching. So I kind of dismiss him at this point.
Yeah,
and I think I'll come back to him in a bit. But we will fire some torpedoes at him in what you've just said. Narrow it wide.
Yeah.
Just to try and cover as big an area as you can. You only need one of these to hit to pour a big hole in something. Get a flood going. And no.
So
we've run into another destroyer.
This is our counterpart, Tier 6 Japanese. This is what I would say the best Japanese destroyer.
And this is where you're going to start seeing the guns.
Okay.
So I'm going to just try and get a widespread, just try and make him dance to my tune where I want him to. Put him behind him, keep him where I want him. Right, you're going to have to come towards me now. I put them torpedoes behind you. Work to treat, he's set off straight in front of us. So now we're in that knife fight I've just mentioned.
Yeah.
And you can see that we've got to get quite broadside to get all the guns firing we can. But they're coming and they're doing the damage. They're doing quite a substantial amount of damage as well. You see the turn on him, he turn away.
Yeah, it's a bit slow. About 18 seconds, I think, for full rotation.
But we're getting him in there, and it is making a difference. We're getting some help from his team as well, but you can see it's mostly us who are doing the most substantial damage. We've got fire going as well, and he's gone. We've missed out on a kill.
He gave up, man.
Yeah.
That's the best destroyer on the game, I would say, and he gave up. I don't know what he was doing there, to be fair, but hey yo.
And you can see now there's that concealment.
Yeah. Just
spotted now, just got detectable.
I know, but you're because you were firing, it's not reset. It's a bit slow actually. Yeah. Would have expected it to reset by now.
Just in range for his guns. Just about in range. So we're going to try and get some of him. Try and get him on fire. That's best we can hope for. A couple of I never really tried the AP. I'm not going to lie and say AP is poor, but I've never had a situation where HE's not done what I wanted it to do. Where I thought this isn't working, I'm going to have to switch here to AP. Yeah. So the HE has worked. I've never really changed my method of play.
No, I still HE. So we
can get some in here. He's down. Look at that. You know he's not going to do much damage now. He's turned face onto us. We try and use his speed to get away. Can we get some of that? We can get fire.
Oh, nice.
Yes, last one sets him on fire. So he's burning our sneaks around.
Spent his cheese.
And we've dropped off radar as well. You know it's not spotted anymore.
Cool.
And he's burning. He's gone. So that's his second kill, 45,000. So we'll come back now to this Queen Elizabeth. This is the beauty of this ship, is you can get anywhere quick. You never get left behind, in the battle where you're chugging across and everyone's slowly killing everything as you get there. You're leading charge.
I think you leave them behind, don't you?
Yeah, the speed's just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Manoeuvrability is pretty good as well, the left to right. I mean, the torpedoes get a bit of a bad rep, but I find them fantastic. I never really struggled.
I don't like to keep reiterating this, but you is using this as like basic. Yeah. There's so many tweaks you can use with your commander on this, which would make it an even better destroyer.
So we're going to get some off there. It's just on the edge of that detectable range, right on the limit. So and you can see how good it is at detectable. Yeah, we've got destroyer behind us as well. He's in his smoke. Just be wary of him. I know he's there. Yeah. Just marking that thing.
You can actually see the angle of the other tubes with the being orange.
So we're danced a few. Hopefully, get the torpedoes off without being detected, so they don't know they're coming. That's the idea. But he did quite a good job, this Queen Elizabeth. He managed to go his back face on, stern on into the island here just to dodge him.
Wow.
Somehow we're going to zoom in a minute. We're going to get his guns firing again. And then notice that the cruiser and the other battleship on the enemy team are coming right for us. So look at that. He's dodged him. He's absolutely dodged him. He's done quite well, to be fair.
He did well. The thing is, whenever we fire torpedoes and stuff, they seem to turn like bosses, don't they? They really do.
They seem to know they're coming before they even get there. Well, must have quite
not
good.
Kidding.
So we're just reloading. The reload's pretty decent. You're not waiting for ages. Yeah, he's just about on the right. I'm thinking about firing it, and I think, way too close there. They're coming straight at me. I've got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I'm straight out in the middle of it. And I'm thinking I should be turning here, but I've got a couple of seconds to wait, so I'm just going to get some off anyway.
Yeah.
And see if we get by chance we might
thing is,
crack one in.
The range does impact on if they're sailing towards you, so you could potentially hit someone without actually being in range.
You can see the blue line, the blue circle there was just on the outside of it. I'm just trying to keep it. And that's the beauty of the speed of this ship. You're never going to get run down by anybody. If you're running away from someone and you're not detected, they ain't going to catch you. There's no way, unless you're doing S turns everywhere on the place. If you're just sailing in a straight line, you're away.
Does it wash much speed off when you turn? I didn't really notice.
We're down to 35 on a turn. 35 on a turn.
That's still good.
Yeah.
Still good.
Just trying to... Is he going to go in?
Oh, is he a bit short?
We've got him everywhere. So I'm thinking here of shooting this guy now at this point, and I'm thinking, I'm waiting for him to lose a little bit more health before I do. You can see there that the angle we've got to be at. We've only got 3 of those guns pointing at him at this point. What the hell? Let's get some in. Let's see if we can get him on fire.
He's a skinny cruiser. You probably
still using that HE. You can see there now we can't get his front guns on him. We've got to turn a little bit more broadside to him, but he's not shooting at us anyway or paying us any attention at this point. And we're going to be a tricky ship to hit the speed we're going at for starters. Boom! There's some HE shells. That's why I don't use AP, because the HE just do what I want. So we've got his third kill, 48,000.
Wow, you got 3. I didn't even notice that.
Plane's up now, we're spotted, so we're not getting away from this. We're going to have to dance around. And it's at this point I make a bit of a boo-boo. I forget completely about said destroyer that we saw in the smoke screen behind us earlier. I've totally disregarded him and forgot about him. and he's still there.
He's still there.
He's still there, and I'm trying to home in on that Arizona at this point. I think he's sailing away from me.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the Queen Elizabeth, and I'm thinking, Leon.
Oh,
Leon
island,
earlier,
yeah.
if I can come straight round that island in front of him, he's got nowhere to go, get some torpedoes into him, and I'm away. And I'm thinking, spotted me. The AA guns as well, I mentioned them, they are pretty much pointless.
Okay.
They're redundant on the Littera belt. They don't really seem to do anything. So once the aircraft carriers come in, it might be a bit of an issue for it. But at this moment in time, we're not going to worry about that.
Does it live up to its name?
It depends which angle you're coming at. It could reek some other thing. There's that Icarus. He's got another smoke screen up, so we ain't going to worry about getting spotted by him now because he's in his smoke. But it's an Icarus. He's not going to last long, that smoke. It's going to disperse quite quickly. So we're aware of him now, and I'm thinking, I didn't really notice that smoke screen going up.
Its guns are quite good, Icarus, though. They don't
well, that's the beauty of this. This is one thing that this ship's got. If you come up, like we said before, a knife fight with another destroyer, is you've got a lot of hit points, and your HE rounds are quite potent. So I wouldn't fancy taking one on if I saw another destroyer. It's big, that's its only negative it's got, so it's going to get torpedoed quite easier than
not careful.
But them guns, that's that turning we were talking about. It's just taking them out and we're on fire now. We'll just spread some over there, don't know which way he's going to turn.
So reload's quite good,
it's not bad at all. You can keep constant fire, look at them, they're just coming now. We'll get them off, I'm not worried about restroom, they're going in.
Oh, beautiful. So
we've
You're
got
racking them up, aren't
fourth kill here now, and I'm just going to tuck in because I weren't paying much attention where that battleship were.
I normally do that.
We've dropped off radar now. Just waiting for his repair patch to recover as well. It gives us a bit of time for that to fire back on in case someone sets us back on fire. Queen Elizabeth is firing away. What doesn't help us here is that little bit of headland that's sticking out on that island.
Low bit.
It allows us to be spotted while we're still trying to get around the corner, which might seal my fate, to be fair. But at this point, there's only 2 minutes left, or 3 minutes left in the game, and we're going to throw caution to win. What the hell? You can't take 8 points where you can, you? But I thought at this point, still got 8,000 here. Well, 8,500. If I can get in there while he's still preoccupied with something, if he's halfway through a volley, then I might be able to get him done before he can. He's
only got to hit you once or twice.
Yeah, and then he gets the volley off. So I'm thinking, sweet. I've just got his secondaries to worry about now. So we get off his first lot of torpedoes, and you've got to remember there's a potential nearly 60,000 damage coming from that first lot. Swing it round to his other side. We can use 2 now on this side. There's his front ones on there. Just got that back one, just in case we need it by any chance if we can steer away from them. But then secondaries are starting to rip me. They are starting to rip me. There's that 16 miller armour. He's not helping. Fire someone inside, and just in case he turns, he's took my steer out. So I've repaired it, and they're going in. First lot's got in. He sucked him in, and then the secondaries have just told me. I think he's main arm and come back around, but we got him in end there. But that's 5 kills, 82,000 damage. If we could have finished that guy off, then we could have swooped straight round on the other battleship, but it was not to be.
I don't want to say you did something wrong, but I would have turned left and you actually turned right. I would have turned left, but it's done. You've got 5. That's very good.
The Kraken unleashed,
very
we've got to send a Kraken. But the ship on all, you can see what I'm talking about when the no smoke screen makes you play it in a completely different way. You can't rely
American style.
Yeah. Not as bad because you've got a little bit of concealment you can still use, whereas you can't fight till you're spotted is the American style I've noticed at this point. But I quite like it. I don't know why. I quite like it. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it can get you in some real sticky situations. You're not always going to get this scenario where you've got
sticky situations.
where you've got a battleship on his own round the other side of an island. It's not always going to happen that way. But if it does, with the damage you've got from your guns, your main armaments, which is pretty good, and your torpedoes, it's a deadly little ship that you cannot dismiss lightly.
You're kind of top tier in this, because I do recognise most of them as being tier 5. What would you compare this to? A T60... What's the German called? T60...
I prefer this over that. I know which one it is. 61.
Yes, sorry. The name eluded me for a second.
I prefer this over that. I don't know. The amount of damage you can do from your guns makes them actually important.
Yes.
To the point of being
usable.
important.
Well, technically, didn't they call this a gunship?
Yeah.
Instead of a destroyer.
It's not all about its torpedoes, and it's not all about its guns. It's got potent weapons on both fronts, so you've not got to worry about, oh no, I can't use my guns here. I can still use my torpedoes. It's a pretty potent ship.
Can I ask you what your fun factor score would be from 1 to 10, with 5 being neutral?
It's one of them ships where one game it can be 10 and the next game it could be 4. It's
4, that's
I like
bad.
It's a bit of a pigeonhole ship in one regard, whereas if you get a wide open sea map with not much cover or islands, not going to be as much fun. But I do like playing it. I do enjoy it. I'd give it an 8 just because it's held back by little things that make it harder to play.
What, no smoke?
Yeah.
Do you think they'll ever put smoke on it? That's not. Is that
I think it'd be a little
historical?
bit OP if it did, to be fair.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't forget you've not tweaked your commanders, so you've got some fun factors still in there. So you want to stick with 8?
I'll stick with 8, yeah.
I've played this model quite a lot. I'll probably agree with you. Let's stick with 8. We'll call it 8. Fun factor 8. See, look what you've missed out on there. Where's your premium ones? It run out.
Just run out, yeah.
Oh man, it would have made like awesome credits if you'd actually renewed it. But never mind. Thank you very much for that Kraken Killers 05. I think that's the first one I've ever seen you get, and you managed to save it. Nice one.
For once.
For once. Okay then, people. Laters.